one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
This story is brought to us from Reuters, where a grand jury indicted an Ohio police officer on 4 counts of murder on Tuesday for his fatal shooting of a 21-year-old pregnant black woman in a grocery store parking lot. That was this Tuesday. That was yesterday. Blendon Township police officer Connor Grubb and another officer approached Takaiya Young in her car on August 24th, 2023, suspecting her of shoplifting. Now, police released body-worn camera video that showed both officers ordering Young to get out of her car, which she refused by telling them she had not stolen anything.
Hey, out of the car. Out of the car.
Newly released police body camera footage shows 21-year-old Takaiya Young, a pregnant woman, repeatedly being told by 2 police officers to get out of her car last week.
Out of the car.
Young, who is suspected of shoplifting alcohol at a nearby grocery store, refuses to exit her vehicle.
They said your stole stuff, do not leave. Get out of the car. Then get out. No.
Moments later, Young slowly accelerates toward an officer. He then fires once, hitting her in the chest. The officers chase the car as it rolls into a wall and immediately begin medical assistance. Young was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Her baby did not survive. Blendon Township Police Chief John Belford has placed the unidentified officer who fired the shot on administrative leave pending an investigation.
Young and her unborn daughter were declared dead at a hospital. The grand jury at the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas voted to indict Grubb on 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, and 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter. The case is being handled by the prosecutor's office in neighboring Montgomery County. Why 4 counts of murder, I'm not sure. But Grubb, who is due in court today actually, for his arraignment, could not immediately be reached for comment, and it was not clear whether he had an attorney. His labor union, Capital City Lodge Number 9 of the Fraternal Order of Police, fraternity, remember that, said it was disappointed by what it called a politically motivated indictment. They say, like all law enforcement officers, Officer Grubb had to make a split-second decision. Yeah, get out of the way of the car. The union's president goes on, these decisions are made under extreme pressure and often in life-threatening situations with the primary goal of safeguarding the general public and their own lives, the officers. A lawyer for Young's family, Sean Walton, called the indictment a solemn victory in the family's pursuit of justice for what they called an act of brutality. I agree. U.S. police have been criticized for using excessive force and for killing unarmed people. He says the actions that led to the death of Takaiya, the unnecessary aggression, the chilling commands that amounted to comply or die, were there for us all to witness in dreadful clarity, says Walton. Now, Blendon Police Chief John Belford said in a statement that Grubb, who has been on administrative leave since the shooting of last year, would now face disciplinary proceedings, noting that Ohio law forbids anyone under indictment from having a gun. He can't be a cop. Belford said his officer was presumed innocent until proven otherwise. He says, I want to be very clear. We're not passing any judgment on whether Officer Grubb acted properly. He says, we haven't seen the evidence. We have seen the evidence. It's on camera. But there's a police chief, and this is the same police chief. I cut his statement out of the news story, but the same police chief said, she was told multiple times, ordered multiple times to get out of the vehicle, which she refused to do. So he's in essence kind of justifying this cop shooting through the windshield instead of just getting out of the way of the car. Shoplifting alcohol, whoa! Whether she did or didn't, because she's denying it. She was saying, I didn't steal anything, and she was trying to leave. So whether she did or didn't, it's just alcohol, yo. Wow, she shoplifted some booze, if she did. I'm saying that to say this, that if that's the worst that she did, you shot her in the chest for that? Instead of just getting the license plate and catching her later? We'll get her later. Got the license plate. We have her face. We know who she is. No, I'm going to shoot through the windshield because she's trying to run me over. Well, get out of the way of the car. But they won't do that because they have a badge, and you're going to comply or die, like that attorney said. And here's this police chief. Well, we haven't seen the evidence. We don't know. We did. We saw it on video. He got in front of the car. When she started lurching forward, he shot her. That's the evidence, chief. Oh, the gang leader has to support his boys or they'll turn on him. That's right. The gang will turn on the leader if he doesn't support that blue gang. Sorry, it just pisses me off because of what I've said. Pregnant woman. Let's say she did steal, just for argument's sake. The worst she did was shoplift some alcohol. I'm going to stand in front of her car, and if she moves, I'm shooting her ass. Which she did. That pisses me off. Not only did he take the life of this woman, this mother, he took the life of her unborn child. Over alcohol. What? $100 tops?